Alright, and I'm live. iPhone 6 screen replacement, at least that's what I ideally use. From what it seems like, it's a warranty replacement brought in by a customer. Customer was reporting that they had had problems with the upper, it's right-hand corner? Yeah, upper right-hand corner, where the device effectively was getting dark. They did not bring it in immediately. Device eventually kicked the bucket. Brought it to Apple. They said they weren't going to touch it with a 10-foot pole because, it'd been worked on before. So now it's simply a matter of testing to make sure everything works all fine and that it is really just a screen replacement that needs to be done. I have a customer, so give me 1 minute. And I'm back after dealing with a lovely little customer in regards to a Samsung screen replacement. Okay, so. Alright, where was I? Yeah, this is an iPhone 6. Problems with the screen. We've previously repaired both the screen and battery. It's coming in for a screen warranty replacement. I'm hoping that this will just be a situation where replacing the screen is all we'll really need to do, but something's telling me that that may not go as swimmingly or easily as I would hope. So then, screen, pillbox, and tools. Ugh. Oh no. Sorry, bump the camera there a little bit. Just trying to get everything nice and organized. So there's a wonderful little view. That'll work. I have gone and grabbed 2 pentaloop screwdrivers instead of a pentaloop and a Phillips. Oh, the joy of ever so slightly different organization methods between different locations. So, moving the pentaloops from the bottom of the screen, setting them into the pillbox for organization. Don't ever get any of these things mixed up. Do not know about the current state of power in this device, so that'll be fun. Taking the pry tool, sliding underneath the screen, doing a little bit of a lift. No adhesive. Twisting up against the frame so that we risk minimizing damage to the screen, though it does seem like it may be non-functional at this point. Opening it up, no signs of water damage, which is always good. Okay. Zooming in a little bit closer here. Taking your Phillips out and removing these 2 screws down here, covering the battery connector from the rest of the device. As well as the cover for the battery connector. Taking the spudger and disconnecting it. Oh, how I wish I had a better camera. It's battery connector covered. Now time for the screen connection. Making sure to keep all these screws organized so that I don't have to worry about them. Really moving my hand out of the way so that it's easier to see where the screws are. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. More to go through. Don't normally want to do it at an angle if you can't help it, because otherwise you risk damaging screws and other potential components, letting a screwdriver slip and causing way more damage to the device than you really need to have done. Okay, last screw. Disconnecting these guys, twisting away from the logic board so that you don't risk damaging anything on it. Okay, now then. Now that that's been disassembled, going to try out a brand new screen on this guy. Hopefully everything will work totally swimmingly and there will be absolutely no problems. Yep. Battery's connected. Screen is connected. Now the question of, is this a matter of simply it being dead? Ugh. Plug it in to charger. And it's taking a charge, but is it showing anything? Ooh. Ooh, that may be no backlight. That'd be interesting. It's almost impossible to see here, however, I can see the very faint Apple logo on here. So it's a very flickery screen. This may be a no backlight phone, in which case, that is not great. I'm going to grab another screen just to double check to make sure. Otherwise, that's going to be kind of annoying. Because remember, kids, the difference between something not working and it being your fault, or it being a part's fault, is testing multiple parts. I'm going to let it process through a little bit more because I can just barely see the Apple logo on here. Yeah, that seems to more or less fade away. I can't see if there's anything going on quite right there. You see, yeah, can't quite get it to show off that aspect in this light. Disconnect charger, disconnect battery connector, disconnect screen, set the screen off to the side, grab another screen to test with. Put that together, connect the battery, power on, and it's still dark. Lifting it up, I'm seeing no light, which means that this is a no backlight iPhone 6, which is super great. There's a reason I put a question mark there. Purely because, well, I kind of expected something in this vein. This is unfortunate, as our store cannot fix this. Woe unto us, the repair techs, who shall inherit all the problems that come with whatever models of iPhone happen to exist. be they audio IC problems for the iPhone 7, battery problems for the 6S, bending problems for the 6, or any other number of problems that exist in the world. That's unfortunate I couldn't get that to work. This is the part where I plug in the original screen and everything works totally fine, no problem. Gosh, yeah. It's angled at like a very slight, the camera's angled slightly off, so it's like, oh yeah, I'll put this, parallel with the table. And then look at the screen, it's like, nope, it's slightly askew. Two, three, four, battery connector, close it all up, power it on. Yeah, now it's even darker. Like I can barely see it on there. Well, as unfortunate as that is, sometimes repairs just be like that. Alright, on the stream, ideally I'll have another thing to do. It's unfortunate that I could not fix this, however, there are certain problems that I can't quite get done. Throw it back together, and have the customer come and pick it up. At the very least, I know the customer was concerned about data recovery, which is... It's at the very least good to know that it's like, yeah, no, you can still technically get into the phone, it's just there's no light in the back of the screen. I mean, there's a chance this is, gonna be something fine, but it's a lot better than the phone just being totally dead, completely unserviceable. Instead, it's just, oh yeah, no backlight. Not great, because you kind of can't really use the phone like this. But way, way, way better than the alternatives. I'm more surprised by the fact that they didn't catch this at Apple. I mean, surprised in so much as Apple, but I'm used to having them very quickly point out, like, oh, well, you see, this was touched by a third party, and as such, we will not touch it. But they'll usually have some inkling of stating what's wrong, because they can usually point themselves in a little bit of a better light. God, I could go for some waffle fries right now. I could also really go for this screw, deciding to stay in the hole instead of just being in a more of a mood where it's like, nah, I think I'm gonna try and pop out. Dump out the rest of the screws, put it all together. Tall screw to the left of me, short screw to the right, here I am, working on an iPhone. Oh god, that was awful. I have a second viewer. Who could possibly be my second viewer? Well, I'm a serious second viewer who I'm taking a guess is probably going to be... Nope, nope, second viewer disappeared. A willing to bet. That was my boss. Or one of my coworkers. This is the part where I just get an angry phone call. My boss, like, how dare you do it in this way? Like, you gave me free reign. Oh god. Pentaloops aren't magnetized anymore. Oh hell no, they're not. It's not that they're not magnetized, it's just that they're not willing to be magnetized in such a way that makes it easier for me to finish this repair. It's everything all reassembled. Sucks that I couldn't get it perfectly reassembled and working again, but c'est la vie. That's all for this repair today. Hopefully I'll have another phone in to work in the next few minutes, and might be able to stream a few more times before the end of the day. Have a good night.